Good morning, everybody. So today is a beautiful day. It's a little chilly, but not bad. Like rocking the shorts today. But yeah, so we are headed to Missouri. They got me a good deal on that rear hatch. We got a new door. We've got the front and rear axle shafts, and he's got it all pulled for me. And for $190, I'll take that. So not bad at all. Ooh, let's see here. Not for me. Dang it. Ugh. I saw up to $500 cash bonus. I was like, what? Okay. But yeah, so we're headed to Missouri. I'm about to go pick up my friend Jake, and we're headed out. I'm excited to see it. So I didn't get any video of us actually having to pull any of that stuff off, but we got there and literally the Jeep was just sitting there. Had not done absolutely anything to it, nothing at all. And so we got there and had to pull everything off ourselves. All right, so on the way back, I saw a listing for a Ford Dana 60, and he said it was from a 2006 Ford F-250, F-350 platform. We get there, it wasn't, because in those years they had the 10.25 or 10.5 Sterling, but he was like, oh yeah, it's from a manual transmission. I'm like, that doesn't add up. Anyway, so we have a true Dana 60 now. It is not a full float, it is the semi float, I don't know, not a full float though. But I got that for $240, and then for $20 he threw in all the calipers and brakes, so that'll save me a little bit of money. But we now have the stuff to run everything, but I'll have to figure out what I'm doing with drive shaft and what I'm doing with the how I'm going to set up the brakes, and then of course mounting brackets are the other thing that I need. But yeah, so I won't have the Dana 44A. I'll probably use it the first couple trips out, but this one also has limited slip. He at first called it a posi, but then he took that back. He's like, wait, limited slip. So I'm interested to see what it is. He also says that it has the C-clips in the axle as well. So I might look at doing a C-clip eliminator. We'll see where money and time takes us. But for $240, I got a Dana 60 that'll more than hold up to what my current usage is. And the diff cover looks a little bit bigger than what I've got now, but the 44A is a huge differential anyway. So I'm not losing a ton of ground clearance, even if I throw it on now with 35s instead of waiting for when I have whatever I go to. My friend recommends that I do at least a 38 with a Dana 60, but the guys so I was supposed to buy that hatch, door, axle shafts, and just some little caps underneath the hood for $190, and he was supposed to have it pulled and ready by today. We were supposed to meet earlier in the week, but he's like, I won't be ready then, just wait it out. So I did, showed up, nothing's pulled. So me and my friend Jake literally spent like an hour and a half to 2 hours just pulling everything. And so we ended up getting the entire axle, drive shaft, rear door, the back hatch, and the caps, and the airbox, and all the parts with the airbox for $100 flat. So that's what inspired me to do a Dana 60, because I had exactly $240 left in my bank account. Sorry, Mom. I know I'm not taking financial advice, and I'm taking a lot of financial risks, but it'll pay off. All right, it'll pay off one day. Just not anytime soon. But so I do have a Dana 60 now. I owe my friend $20, but yeah, so got it all. I just need the brackets. I'll decide later whether or not I'm going to trust it. Eventually I'll run a locker. I plan on running this axle pretty much forever, so I want to do either electronic or air lockers. Then the front, I might throw in a lunchbox for now, I might not, we'll see. But we'll see how it does first, because right now I just got to make sure I don't break that rear axle until I can sell it. Overall, great day, great trip. It is 10:30. Absolutely exhausted. Right now, the transfer case is sitting on my bench. I just need to switch the speed sensor over and then throw it in. I might clean it up, and then once I get it installed, just drain it. I'm gonna drain the engine oil and replace that, and then maybe transmission oil. We'll see. But the goal is to have this thing up and running in about 2 weeks. So it should be running and ready this weekend, is the thought and the plan. But I am going to Colorado for spring break, and so I'm hoping to maybe take it out to Disney or something this upcoming weekend. So in, I think, 13 days or something like that. But we'll see. Just got to get transfer case ready and bolt everything back up, and it's good for now. And we'll see where we go from there. Definitely a lot of work to do. It'll be my first time messing with anything with an axle swap. I guess second time, since I had to do that today. That absolutely sucked. We were covered head to toe. This is after washing our hands like 3 separate times. But absolute pain. But he gave me a good deal. I'm not gonna take fuel price into account. So far we're at like $200 in fuel just to get the Jeep, the picking up trailers, picking up everything. But anyway, yeah, so overall I'll put the price of what we have spent so far to get the Jeep as it is, and hopefully we can get this thing up and running, and hopefully everything goes well on the first trip out. So yeah, be sure to follow the build, and I'll be sure to keep the tracker of how much we're spending on this build, so you can kind of see what it would take for you to get out there, because I think it's honestly going to be a lot less than you imagine. So far, I thought just to buy a bare bones Dana 60 was going to be $700 to $1,000, and you just got to find people that don't need it, because he had a I think it was a YJ, and he wrecked it, or his ex wrecked it, so he had no use for it anymore. And so just finding people that don't need parts and just want to get rid of stuff. So we just wanted the axle shafts out of this. They ended up just letting us take the entire differential and everything. And this is the Dana 60. Yeah, see, it should be a full float, but instead it's got like this bracket on the back that unmounts, and so it's not a full float where you can just pull out the axle there. But I don't know, see how it goes, I guess. You can see that's pretty dang big. That's bigger. Yeah, the axle housing and stuff is a good 2 inches bigger. I'll get some actual measurements there at some point, but yeah, we got a rear hatch, we got the door inside. Now I get to pick if I want to be from Missouri or Oklahoma, so that's exciting news. But yeah, I get to also add to my list of drive shafts, because we just kind of grabbed that too. So that's a full front drive shaft. That's an actual U-joint. You can see there, it's a U-joint. It's got like a slip yoke on it right there, as opposed to this, which is a CV. No, maybe this is a rear, maybe. I don't know. I've got so many drive shafts laying around. I think that's a front. This was missing the yoke. That's what it was. So, yeah, now we have the yoke on the top of that. I don't know if we really wanted the drive shaft. I don't remember asking. I don't know. I mentioned that I was going to grab it, and he said it's fine. But, yeah, now we have 2 front drive shafts, 3 counting the one on it. We have 2 rear drive shafts, counting the one on it, or that was on it. You can see these are very, they're not very different, but they're about 1 inch. One's about 1 inch too long. So the black one was custom built for this, and we think that they built it too long, and that is why it grenaded the T-case, because you see end to end there, these are the same length, right? So on this one, it slides further into the housing, because on this one, on the new T-case, it's got like an outer part of it that kind of protects it a little more. But look at the difference in size. There's about, let's see, about a 2.5 inch difference between them. And we think that they just built it too long, because this was also shoved way into the T-case, and it was so hard to get out when apparently it should be really easy to remove. But this is what it slides over, and you can see on this one, this is the one we're pulling apart right now. That slides all the way down in there, versus on one of these, this is exposed. So yeah, I think that's where it mounts to. I don't know, maybe it's this part, but no, this is the tail, so this part's exposed, so it'd slide over that. But yeah, I don't know, just an interesting little aspect of it. In case this goes terribly wrong, want to at least attempt to have it on video. If I go to the ER and this is why, at least it's... Let's see. All right, let's go. All right, it's now the next day. I just got this installed. Honestly, these were a bit of a pain. The ones that were on it didn't hold it up, but I knew that the ones that were on that door did. Yeah, these wires are some of them are different colors, I think. Like there's nothing to match some of these two, I think, because they're from different years. So I'll see about wiring on another day, but maybe they'd line up. I don't know, we'll figure it out some other time. But yeah, and this just kind of feeds through this little wall right here, goes right there. And now I have, well, I'll feed it through in a little bit, but it's somewhere. And so I'll even have like my back spray stuff. Didn't cut that tube, just kind of cut these wires, tried to make enough room to splice everything in. The only thing this one's missing is this plate right here, and this one I think has it. Yeah, might be a little different, yeah, but not worried about it. Main thing is I now have a rear glass. And now this is the Dana 30 that we basically just got for free. And you see 30F. It's a low pinion, dang it. Thought for a second it might be high, but no. And then this, okay, so we were told that it was a Dana 60 off of an F250 from 2006. And they did not make a Dana 60 for an F250 in 2006. They were all on either a Dana 80 or a Sterling 10.25 or 10.5. And so that's not what this is. So this is either a Dana 60. I think we've kind of boiled it down to it's a Dana 60 out of a van. I was really hoping that I got lucky and got a Dana 80 out of an F350, but because that guy said truck probably 6 or 7 times, he's like, oh, I just wish I had my truck here. My ex totaled my truck. That's why I don't have it, but it is for sure, see right there, it is for sure the 373s. And so as soon as I get, I think what I'm gonna do is get the mounting bracket system that comes on top of a truss. And so this probably won't go on for a little while, because that in itself is about 450 bucks. And then I have to do something with the drive shafts. I finally got a full, this one's the full U-joint axle for the front, and I have the yoke off of this, so that'll be cool. Spare axle shafts, I'll start dissecting this here in a bit. More than likely, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the Dana 30 housing, because I mean I can't get 20 bucks for it on Marketplace. So I may just hold on to it, and then if I ever just completely destroy my front, I'll have to check the gear ratio, of course, but I think this will be a direct swap in. Yeah, I'm not even gonna, oh, it's still got the plate. I'll check that here in a second, and I'll let you know what it is. Yeah, so you see right here, these are 373s. It says right there on the bottom, 373. So that'll be a direct bolt in for what I've got. So I might pull the CVs, because these are just gonna probably dry rot if I leave them outside, and throw this in the backyard or something. But it leaked out of just the drainage, the stupid air vent hole, because I just set it down last night, didn't really care how it laid. Same thing with the Dana 60, was upside down. Dana 60. So one issue with this, I'm kind of foreseeing, it's not a free float. For what I'm using it for, it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's a semi-float, but still got it for a decent price. And I don't have to immediately do a gear swap, which saves me a little initial money, because I hate it, but I will probably run 373s for at least a little while, just because money, and I don't want to waste money throwing gears into a Dana 30, in my opinion. If I can get a hold of a cheap Dana 44 when I get a little money, I might do that. But yeah, I think the next thing I'm gonna do is, I can't back it out because I don't have drive shafts. So I guess the next thing I'm gonna do is try to pull off that door. If not, go ahead and throw this air box in, because I did get a new air box, because whoever was the previous owner of this just decided it was best to let dirt directly into the engine. And honestly, so the Jeep that I'm pulling I pulled all these parts from was green, so it kind of lines up. I mean, not perfect, but it at least like stays true to character. I'll probably still try to color match at some point, but it's not a big deal. Beats purple. So isn't there something that, oh, it's the Hulk. That's what, hey, that's not a bad name. That's a consideration. All right, we'll keep it on the table. But yeah, try to figure out what to name this thing. I don't know if I will or not, but yeah, lots of big plans. So let's get back to work.